Hi, beautiful people. Thank you once again for tuning in to another episode recap of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 12. Thank you for coming on and liking the video. Please subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. But please subscribe, hit that like button. Also, hit the notification button so whenever I upload a new video or if I'm going to go live and have like a panel, you'll get the notifications of all my videos to keep you on top of everything. Um, and so my channel it's called Chanel's Reality. Obviously, I'm Chanel. It's because I love Chanel. But anyways, so today I'm gonna come to you guys and we're gonna talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. And honestly, I don't know what it is. I'm just not feeling this season. I don't know if it's because it's so super divided. Because Giselle can't do anything but be petty.org. Robin doesn't have her own mind. She's a drone, in my opinion. And I say that for two reasons. Because you're still with this man who clearly has made it his job to publicly embarrass you over and over again. And listen, everybody goes through it, but I'm saying don't just continuously let everybody know you don't know your worth. Just saying. Um, and then we have Ashley who lies. If she's talking, she's probably probably lying about something. I'm just saying. So the episode starts out. Oh, and then Mia be lying. I forget who said that. I don't know. Was it Carlos King? Somebody said Mia be lying. Could have been Candice. Shout out to Candice. Hopefully your next album does really really well. I listened to Deep Space. Oh, and I saw your Deep Space shirt. I was like, okay, Candice, for the branding. Okay, her Bravo charges a lot though. Sorry, apples. I know I'm a big kid. So this episode starts out with a light skin crew. It starts out with Giselle, Mia, what's her name? Ashley and Robin. They all don't arrive at the same time, but they come together to just have a shady moment, to talk about a message that Karen Huger, the Grand Dame, sent. Basically, um, not inviting everyone to her Surrey County situation. They also wanted to talk about um, Happy Eddie. Hey, Happy Eddie. Shout out to you, Wendy. Okay. Um, he's, from my understanding, started some sort of marijuana dispensary business or something like that. And I think they're calling his dispensary or the marijuana Happy Eddie. I think it's, listen, kids don't do drugs if you're in earshot of this. Um, I really was a person because my dare teacher told me when I was 10 in fifth grade that if I ever did drugs, I was going to die. I believed him. Anyways, so I've never been a fan of anyone using any type of drug that's not like over the counter or something like that, especially if it's illicit or could become a gateway drug or anything like that. So, um, I say that to say this. There was some documentary I was watching probably like 7 years ago, and there was a guy on there, and I don't know if he had multiple sclerosis. I think he couldn't stop shaking or something like that. Whatever he had, his quality of life wasn't great. And then they gave him marijuana. I think it was like edible. I don't know what it was, but I literally saw this man get his life back, some power over his body, and I again changed my mind. I was like, okay, I still don't think people should do it, but that's just me. And where Chanel's reality, that's my reality. That being said, I think the huge stigma for me at least was it came down a bit, a few notches. So, anyways, Eddie's dispensing this marijuana, allegedly, and so they're talking about who's invited, who isn't coming, and they basically say that because Giselle's being messy, that Nneka's husband, I don't remember his name, isn't gonna Ike, okay, isn't going to be. He wasn't invited, is what they think. I think they said on the text message chain. So, but Wendy did invite Nneka. So anyways, they dispense from there and go on their way. Let's see what's next. So I think the next scene was at Nneka's home. And I think I said this last time, but let me just say this. Nneka, come to the front, sis. You came on this show swearing that you were boss bitch, that your dad was a boss bitch and he made you. So I just don't see the opulence in your life, sweetheart. You know, I don't. I don't see the opulence. I haven't seen some fancy vacation you went on, you and your husband. I haven't seen, aside from that G wagon, which I know is a cute coin. Because that hotel I stayed in Dubai, listen, Dubai is my city. Listen, those are my people. They all rich. Everybody rolling up in the Rolls Royce, at least at the hotels that I was at. And I went to like four or five of them. Uh, Two of them were connected to our hotel. So, anywho, everybody driving up in a Rolls or a Bentley or a G Wagon of some sort. And some Range Rovers, but mostly it's just wealth everywhere. So I'm not really getting the whole I have millions of dollars vibe that she presented and that Bravo basically tried to convince us of when they were showing the like trailer. It just it feels dishonest, but maybe later in the season she'll show us something. So some of her, I guess, friends show up, but I believe one of the girls was LeBay, and that's the person that I believe used to be Wendy's best friend prior to all of the your mom has submitted my name to a shrine. That's Nneka saying. That's what she heard or whatever. And then also to the LeBay lady who was at Wendy's baby girl's. I think it was kind of like a christening or something to that effect. She was there, and they made a whole big deal. Bravo made a big deal out of showing us that um, LeBay got some sort of head wrap or traditional something, and because Wendy's whole thing is I don't really know her. That's my sister's friend. Wendy, we know you love we know you know this lady. You may not be besties with her or anything like that, because I know my husband's best friend, but he's not my friend. He's my husband's friend. And the reason I say that is, yeah, he comes to our house sometimes, and we have a good time. Come to game night, all of that. But I'm not calling him. We ain't going out to eat. We not, that's what I would do with my friends. I'm not talking about my personal business. It's just I get what Wendy meant, but I don't think what Wendy was saying was true. I think she wholeheartedly knows Nneka and knows LeBay, and because I think in her phone LeBay is under like 20 or something like that. So if you have a pet name for somebody in your phone, you probably have had a few drinks with them, or just saying. You know more than what you're saying. But here's the thing: I don't really care whether or not Wendy knew her, Wendy knows LeBay, doesn't know LeBay, no, knew Nneka, didn't know. It just, I don't care. This feels very seventh grade to me. Like, girl, why? If you such a boss, and I'm talking about this for everybody on the Real Housewives of wherever. If you so booked and busy and such a boss and whatever else, why do you have time, to film a TV show? But I get it. It's a bag. I understand that. Get to the bag. Um, but if you're so booked and busy and don't have time, then show us that. We don't see it. I haven't seen Nneka at her job yet. I would like to see that. I mean, why aren't y'all going on fancy vacations or Anywho, maybe she's invested all her money in those homes that she says she has in Nigeria, I believe she says. Um, so Nneka's having this, what did she call it? A unpack party or something like that, where basically she's having people come over and help her unpack. The items that she says that they're helping her unpack are actually wedding gifts from almost 2 years ago. It's like, girl, what are you doing? Um, Listen, I am a great friend. I am. You need me, I got you. If you're really my friend, because I'm super loyal. But here's my problem. This is my law in my life regarding friends. I got your back. I just don't do manual labor of any kind. Okay? So if you want me to be a part of something, it better not be labor. I'll come and watch. Please understand. I will come and watch everybody work, and I won't be doing any of that. So, but she has some sort of wine or champagne that she's trying to get rolled out into the world, and she had a conference call or something earlier in the scene with apparently somebody that's going to make sure that happens for her. But she also said she's trying to get pregnant, and but she drinks the bubbly every morning and every night with her prenatal pills or something, something to that effect, allegedly. I just don't know who's drinking anything really when they're pregnant, but okay, girl. Um, so personally, I don't understand also why y'all have Nneka, why you don't have everything put away. Like, if you got all this money, sis, where is the housekeeper? Where are the people? Because listen, I got to a certain age. I think my age was like 32, and I was just like, I don't care how big or small my house is. I'm hiring people to come pack and pack it and take it on this way. I won't be doing any of that. I work too hard. Just saying. Um, but I don't understand why, there's bedrooms with limited furniture. Like, if you're going to stunt, if you're going to walk around in America and tell us you got it like that, then please just, don't just talk about it, be about it. Okay? So anyways, her and her friends come over, and listen, let me just say, public service announcement, because oh my god. Why did Nneka's friends all look like they purchased their wigs from 99-cent wig, shake and go. I can't understand it. Especially since, because here's the thing. If, unless they're your family or you grew up with them, typically people are going to hang around people that are on their level. So if your friends aren't on your level and don't have G wagons, I don't know really why they're your friend. And I say that only because Nneka seems like that type of pretentious person. Um, so I'm just gonna assume since they're friends with you, then they should have, you know, some level of the same lifestyle as you. I could be wrong. But my thing is, I just can't with those wigs. I'm like, can somebody introduce them to a lace front? Because I know we laid into Wendy. Dr. Wendy OSEFO, shout out to Dr. Wendy OSEFO. I know we laid into Wendy, I think her first season, or maybe it was her first and her second season. And because we don't know what was going on. Her hair, it's like her forehead was this one, and then it was just like this black hair, and it was a whole horrible mess. Wendy went and fired everybody from before and got, she's on point. Every time I see her hair, it's beautiful. And it always looks like it's growing out of her scalp, even though we know it's not. But it looks that way. So to me, that lets me know you got the right team. What did he say? You're playing for the wrong team. Get your team to help you out. That's what she told Sheree when Sheree was acting like Nene wasn't the reason she was on that show. Shout out to Nene and Sheree. Because what Sheree said, who gonna check me, boo? And then she ran Nene out of that restaurant they met in, and Nene left because she said she was a rich bitch, and Sheree was kind of like chasing her out of the house, and I mean out of the restaurant. She's just like lying, trifling, bit. Classic. That's when I knew Nene not really about that life. She has a big bark, but not a big bite. And I think Sheree is more reserved, but I also think when Sheree say I got to swing it, she was talking about her and Bob allegedly. So again, her friends, I don't understand the hair situation. So just don't have them come back on camera until they can get a proper wig, sis, because it's not okay. And honestly, if I'm keeping it 100, your wig looked terrible too, Miss Nneka. It wasn't right. Y'all tell me in the chat if y'all agree with me, or am I wrong? Am I tripping? Again, they want to talk about, I guess, if Nneka should invite Wendy to her unpack party. The thing is, on the bus that they were on when they were going wherever they were going, Nneka did, extend it. She said to everyone, and Wendy was on the bus. Wendy didn't really receive it. I talked about this last episode, last recap. She wasn't feeling it. And I understand. You came on this whole TV show that I've been on for, 2-3 years now. You come on here and then you cause a whole disturbance. You attack my mom, my family, my upbringing, my sister, my character, whether or not I'm accomplished in terms of actually having a PhD. Like, you went in for you to say you don't know her. That's what you said. Y'all both said it to each other. Y'all don't really know each other. But it's interesting to me that you know everything about her. Make that make sense. Shout out to Make It Make Sense. Hey, Make It Make Sense. Hey, Mims. Make it make sense. If you know you don't know this lady, you've passed her. This is what Nneka's been saying for the entire season. I've known her in passing. I've met her at a few, not meet, but like, hey, I've seen you before type of scenario. So if it's a hey, I've seen you before type of scenario, because maybe we have mutual friends, I'm not understanding why you come on this show, say you don't know me like that, yet you know everything about my family and you hate me. Or you at least at the bare minimum want to make me look like I'm a hypocrite or double standards or something. Which is it's sad. Because you want to I want to see everybody win. Anyway. Um what's the next scene? Bear with me. Okay, so and I wanted to say this too. So Candice and her husband, they're at home and they have this conversation about um, this Happy Eddie party that everybody's been invited to, and she's saying she has to rehearse her lines. And shout out to Candice, girl. Listen, Candice is out here making moves. Okay, she really her and Candy Burris. They listen. They out here making moves, and I'm here for it. Um, so she talks to her husband about how he's there. They are both gonna go, but she has some lines to learn. So she'll just come in, say hi, and go on her way. But Chris is definitely gonna come. So this is the first time really Chris and Eddie have really been around each other since last year with all of those allegations against Chris of lies from yours truly, Giselle. So Chris hasn't really been involved in any type of events. He didn't come to that Karen. I don't know what that was that Karen had at that place. I don't know what that was. But anyway, he didn't make it there because I think he had to work something. I can't remember what it was. So people start arriving um, to the weed party. um, like I said, Candace not Eddie, Lord Jesus, Candace and her husband Chris show up. She says hi, proud of you, congratulations, whatever else. I gotta go because I gotta go do this stuff. Wendy understands. I'm sure they had a conversation prior to this. So then Candace goes on her way. Um, then basically everybody else kind of trickles in, and when Mia gets there and Karen gets there, Karen immediately listen. I cannot hold on. Look, let me get to Karen's part. Where is Karen? Oh, here we go. So since last season, when Mia basically allegedly lied about what she heard about Karen doing something in the bathroom, basically adultery in some other restaurant in another state or something to that effect. And this season came around and Karen wasn't having it. She was just like, "Give me 50 feet. You get a handshake. You not hugging me. We're not cool like that no more." Um, and then something else happened where Mia basically made that accusation again, or she made some sort of accusation in that vein, and Karen wasn't having it. And then also too, Karen had sent out invites, like I said, to her Surrey County, where she bought her great great grandparents' home or something to that effect. Um, and the way Karen basically invited people, uh, I think Karen was like, "I'm inviting whoever I want, put them in a fishbowl, and then I'll pick it out." And but I think Karen just put it in the fishbowl, if she even did that, which I highly doubt. She just put the names of the people in there that she wanted to go, and that's it. Um, and when people started saying they weren't going to come, because Karen was basically like, "I can't bring everybody because of some sort of insurance policy. Nobody believes you, Karen. Stop it. Knock it off. Stop it." She's like, "Surrey County can't stop it. Okay? They're not going to tell Bravo, no, don't come to our county when y'all bring nothing but eyeballs to that county, so stop it." But I do think Karen's heart is in the right place. Her heart to me was, it's what the viewers yell at the TV screen all the time when we're like, why are you saying certain things in front of the whole group? Why are you addressing it? These types of things in front of the whole group, because all they're going to do is chime in. Now, I get that's part of the dynamic of these shows where they're predicated on drama. They are. It's what it is. Although that's not what the viewers really wanted. We want some drama in there because you want to see people living their life, but we really want the opulence. We really want to see the luxury. We really want to see these people have all this alleged disposable income where they can go and just take out 30 stacks and buy a Hermes bag. That's the kind of stuff we want to see. People flying and jet setting on private planes to the Bahamas or to wherever. And bravo, I don't know what's going on with y'all budget, but it's not cool what's happening right now, in my opinion. It's not giving boss bitches. Just saying. Um, so Mia and Karen are getting into this like tussle about Mia basically saying, she didn't like being asked third string or whatever the case may be. Um, but like I said, I think not Candace, Lord Jesus, she must be talking about me. Or maybe she's on Twitter at me, I don't know. Karen, so Mia said, Mia's just kind of like, I don't want to be second string. Candace again. So Karen says, Mia, you weren't second string or first string. You were no string. Karen would gather the people, okay? Be clear. She would gather the people. It was hilarious. Um, because they talk about Candace goes below the belt, and she does. Listen, Karen be tap dancing on that damn line. She will gather all of them. She especially gathers Robin. I feel like Robin and Giselle, nobody gathers them like Karen does, and can live to talk about it because you see how they doing Ashley right now. Candace right now, and how they doing Wendy. And Karen has said, in my opinion, worse. And also, Wendy and Candace didn't start it. They did. But you guys sent me out. Anyway. Um, so I thought that was hilarious. Karen basically was like, you're not, I don't care about you or your life. She starts talking about, I think, some things going on in her personal life. And because like I said, last season, Mia made some mention of, she made an allegation that Karen was caught in a restroom in some restaurant doing something with some man, allegedly, is what the. And so, like I said, Karen was pissed about it, but then Karen uh, basically called her out and was like, I'm not that type of friend. I wouldn't do that type of thing. And she's like, I had plenty of people calling me saying that you were dipping out with this guy and that guy, and one of them was a athlete, I think she said, a basketball player, a rapper. No, it was a rapper, I believe. And Mia's response, because again, Mia be lying. Mia was like, I wasn't, I'm not with anyone. He was just a guy went on a few dates with or something like that. But here's the thing: how do you go on dates when you have a whole husband? How does that work? I don't know, but um, basically, Karen is saying, listen, there are certain things that if we're a friend group, that it's just kind of like leave it where it is. Like, for instance, on New York, Luann, the whole entire cast has, because I watched every season for New York, the whole entire cast basically has confirmed that Luann is a hoe, for lack of better words. Meaning she likes to get down, and she's no longer married to the Count. But according to those people and her, he had been cheating even when they got on the show. And I personally think she got on the show and he probably, was there to support her. Not that they were still in a relationship, but probably just there to support her because he knew they were going to be together. And he knew that it would be an interesting way to introduce her into, our lives, and then have some sort of prestige, with it, because they're supposed to be these uppity, wealthy people or whatever. So Bethany dispelled that. She's just like, how am I the least rich person here? What did she say? How am I the most broke person here at this event? But I'm always paying the bill. She's right. Um, let's see what else was going on with Mia before we move on. If you're just joining us and this is your first time, welcome to Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality, or this is really reality TV according to me. Um, so I'll talk about, celebrity news, recapping different reality shows because I really like reality shows. Um, Hot topics, things that are going on in the world, we'll talk about. Breaking news, that type of stuff. I haven't been on YouTube. I just started my channel like 2 weeks ago. So I'm very new to this, but I have been kind of like being on people's other YouTubers or content creators panels. And I got I feel like, uh, I feel like people liked me and they were interested in what, I had to say about whatever. So I decided, I wanted to do a YouTube channel and have a little outlet, to talk about all the all the um, celebrity news, and really more than anything, the housewives. I really wanted to do that. So here we are. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please leave comments in the bottom. Today, y'all can leave comments about, the things that are going on Potomac. Um, Let me know what you think about Ashley. Let me know what you think about Chris and Giselle and the Green Eyed Bandits and whomever else. Um, so let's see. What? Oh, why did Karen tell Mia? Because but Mia started it. Mia was like, if you want me to, take time out of my life and my schedule, girl, I thought y'all didn't have no job no more. Stop. But anyways, because you could not have a job and still be doing things. So now I take that back. But um, she basically was insinuating I'm moving my life around so that I can come and support you. And it really wasn't anything. And so, I think Karen felt disrespected because it is kind of disrespectful to talk about, your hometown that way or her hometown that way. And so Karen just was just like, because I told you Karen be gathering the girl. She was just like, Siri County is better than that because you're boring. And then Mia said, I don't know what she said exactly, but because it was kind of hard to hear, but she said something like, you're an old lady, you need to learn, or old dog, you need to learn some new tricks. And then I think Karen was just like, I'm not a dog, or, yeah, Karen is a whole mess. Karen said, y'all do owe me respect. I love it. Um, let's see. So then Nneka arrives because everybody at this point is at the Eddie Happy Eddie event. Giselle arrives as well. Giselle doesn't speak to Wendy, who's the host. Which who expects Giselle to do anything decent? I'll wait. She can't do it. Giselle to me is like that type of person that she's the mean girl. We all know that, but she wants to, if she doesn't like you, she wants to have complete control over everybody else that interacts with you, which is why Robin is in, the Giselle atmosphere over there at her house that she's been building, her $1 million. let's not, I'm not even gonna go there. But that's because I don't really dislike Robin, but she just gives drone. I mean, her husband does whatever he wants. She just goes along with it. She could have her own opinion about, Chris not being everything Giselle accused him of, but completely change and flip the script when you get to the reunion because you've been in that store talking to Giselle and Ashley. And they more so Giselle, but they basically said, Candace got into Chris's ear and, she's blowing it up and making it more whatever. No. You blew it up, Giselle, when you decided to come on national TV, international TV show, and lie on Candace's husband. You did that. Like Candace said at the last reunion, you had ample opportunities to say something if it was just bothering your soul that much. You chose not to, right? And don't get me wrong, it's not like one of those situations where an actual true victim of SA or um, SH, the harassment part, or any other thing where you're going to be violated, especially as a woman, but as a person, people wait long times to talk about it. Like I said before, because they may feel traumatized by it. I mean, it is trauma. Let's be very clear. The other part of it is there's a shame that comes along with it. There is, in some cases, because I've worked with child services and people who were sex workers or victims of SA over the years. So I know I have a good idea that what it's like, and people may never say anything. They're ashamed because the perpetrator is their dad or their uncle or their mom's best friend or the new boyfriend or the deacon at the church or the Boy Scout leader or the Catholic. It's just on and on and on. Unfortunately, a lot of people just aren't safe, especially women. Just saying. Um, but so those people may take a minute, right, to get up their courage or bravery to come forward and say something. They could also not come forward out of fear. I know I've talked to clients where they're like, "It's my dad," and or my mom's boyfriend, and he told me he's gonna kill me if I say, unalive me if I say anything. So there's lots of reasons, but that's not this. What Giselle has going on is now I'm gonna bring this up because Ashley said that Chris was in my DMs, and all of my Sesame Street friends said that he was flirting with them the whole time at that spring party. And so now it's like, okay, Giselle's like, now, I can say what I need to say. Not that she was heartbroken, not that she was really uncomfortable or anything, where she was so bothered that she didn't say anything. She just, to me, it just felt like I have all this other circumstantial information or alleged rumors about this guy, and so now let me just pile on. So it either happened one or two ways. Either Giselle, out of the blue, said, it's just time I want to talk about it," or Ashley said, "Look, this is what Chris, he inbox, what is it, DM me or something like that." It happened one of those ways, you know. Either way, it's damaging to people. So again, Giselle walks in. She she speaks to everybody except Karen. I mean, except Wendy, which is, again, do we expect anything but petty from but Giselle? Um, let's see what else goes on. Oh, and then Wendy does acknowledge that. Wendy's just kind of like, what I don't understand is how you going to walk into my whole event and speak to everybody but the host. And I agree. My grandmother used to always say, my mom used to always say, it doesn't cost anything to speak. You cannot like somebody or whatever the case may be. But again, you don't like her because she read you for attacking her husband on national TV. But you're ignoring her. Stop it. Like, knock it off. What I can't really understand is how you don't see that as a reason that someone would be say some shit to you. Like, I don't understand. And then you did the same thing the next season to Candice's husband. You accusing this man of something on national TV, but you think Candice is supposed to be cool with you, and you should ice her out, girl. I cannot. Um, at some point during the weed party, well, so then they bring out the oregano because they announced that there is no weed. So I guess this whole event was really geared towards showing people how to roll blunts. I've never rolled a blunt. I've never done an illicit drug in my life. Don't plan on it. Like I said, my dare teacher told me I was gonna die or unalive. I don't know. I believed him. Okay, so I've never partaken in that type of thing. It is interesting to me though that how many housewives have, because Kyle on Beverly Hills went all those years and doing smoking this and that, and we all know Mauricio allegedly does, and then Brandy called her out for doing it with Brandy, I guess, the marijuana. And then this season on Sutton is at I forget what kind of party it's called, but basically they put TCH or they put some sort of, I guess, drug enhancing something into the people. They like infuse it in their food. Anyway, it's a thing. I don't get it. I probably will never get it. Um, and here comes Sutton, Miss. My husband's a billionaire. Let me roll it, Miss. I'm Southern Charm. Shout out to you, Sutton. I love you, girl, but you're gonna have to stop pretending that you don't understand that Kyle Richards doesn't see it for you, sis. Okay, I digress. But yeah, you got this what 50-something-year-old woman on this TV show who is supposed to be. I'm on the American Board of Ballet, rolling up a joint. So, but I did think it was interesting people's reaction to the let's come to the weed party with no weed. They gave them oregano, real talk. So I think they probably had to do that anyways because I don't know that. I mean, even though it's legal in some states, I don't know that you can have that type of situation like as a business. I don't know, but again, like I said, I ain't never done drugs. Um, so they're they doing the whole roll up and trying to figure it out and whatnot. Um, and then Wendy basically says, thank you guys. We haven't all gotten together in a while where we laugh this much, and I just appreciate you guys coming and supporting. Happy Eddie's venture. And then Giselle, because she can't help herself, is like being rude. I didn't laugh. Did you laugh? I ain't seen nothing funny. It's just Giselle. You can't all this energy, sweetheart, that you give this lady and Candice about something you started. Like it just makes it's giving very narcissistic in every way. You started it. That's exactly what a narcissist would do, right? That's exactly what they would do. When they can't get their way because maybe you don't want to do something or they want you to do something for them and you refuse or don't want to, they turn it around on you. That's why you hear some manipulative people who are in a relationship. One person is, you know, narcissistic, and the other person is caught on and is out because they're so selfish and self-absorbed and take zero accountability for their actions. And the moment you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna break up," in some cases they'll just be like, "Oh, if you do that, I'm gonna unalive myself. I have nothing to live for." Listen, ladies, if you're out there and that guy has done that, or if that ever happens to you, just hang up the phone, block, you know, unfollow, whatever, because that's a manipulation. So don't fall for that. But that's Giselle. I just never heard of. I've violated you. I've accused you and your husband of having a side baby, and you got a whole tummy tuck and new boobs and a new booty and all of this because you're scared that, or in an effort to keep your husband from having following Instagram booty models and supposedly a side baby. It's just asinine. It's disgusting. And the fact that you want her to apologize to you or you just want nothing to do with her is just beyond. It's again narcissism. Um so like I said, she's being petty. And then what else happened? Oh, Nneka, I'll say this one last thing. So Nneka pulls Wendy to the side and she's like, "Hey, I just wanted to, extend and I'm paraphrasing. She basically says, "Hey, listen, I think it would be a good idea if, you would come and meet with me and we can meet one on one and, discuss what happened and, maybe we can work something out, whatever it is, so they can move forward." I will say this. The reason Nneka did that is because Nneka is playing the long game. She's playing the game I would play, right? If I had to play that game. But I also would never do what Nneka did. So there's that. But she's playing that game, and this is why. So when they were in that van and Nneka invited everyone to her unpack party or whatever it is, Ashley should start her. Ashley, she's in the back. "Nick, Wendy, she's inviting you. And Wendy's just not here for her. Wendy's like, "Nope." I mean, but what do you expect? You didn't call my mama a whole witch. You didn't lie to my family, at least according to Wendy. No, I'm good. I don't need to talk to you. Let's be clear. Your husband tried to want to fight it's just, I can't. So I don't understand why people are like, "Well, Wendy needs to," listen, again, that's the long game that Nneka's playing, because now she's going to have two instances in this season where she can say, despite how I feel about Wendy, I still invited her to my home, which is a big thing, a big deal. And I invited her to, no, I invited her on the, I invited her to my home. And then now I'm extending the olive branch to say, "Hey, listen, I think we got off on the wrong foot and let's hash it out." And Wendy really isn't here for it. She's just not. She, I think, wishes Nneka would go away and never come back. That's just my personal opinion. But I do think, again, I don't want friends that I don't want to be in your presence when you done came over here and called me a bitch and talked about my family and my mom and my son. It's just no. It's giving. Why would you do that? Exactly. You know. So Wendy isn't here for it. But again, Nneka is playing the long game because when she gets to this reunion, I can promise you those things are going to come up and it's going to make Wendy look bad because it's going to make it seem like she's the problem. She doesn't want to move forward because I can promise you Wendy and Garcelle, Lord Jesus, Wendy and Candice are going to say at that reunion how toxic she believes or they believe Giselle is and how she prevents the group from moving forward. They're definitely going to bring that up because she won't, sit down and have a conversation and hash it out, right? And Giselle, I can promise you, is going to be the biggest cheerleader on Nneka's team to say, yes, you're so immature, you wouldn't even sit down with her. Meanwhile, Giselle hasn't sat down with anyone else that she's tried to destroy their marriage, uh, or at least optically, that's what it looks like. She hasn't said sorry to Chris or Candice, really. I know people will say, well, she said sorry at the reunion last year. She did, but then she doubled down and said he made her go into a hotel room. It's asinine. So what I would love for Wendy to do is the exact same thing. Invite Nneka to everything. Work it out with Nneka, even if it isn't really worked out, right? You can do whatever. Erica Jane did that really good. I would never do that because I have integrity. But that's exactly what Erica Jane did over on Beverly Hills with Sutton's track. She was just like, listen, I'm just gonna pretend like we can, like we friends again and Sutton because she's so gullible. Rest so bless her soul. Fell for it. And then Erica at the reunion, oh, excuse me. I'm tired, y'all. I haven't been asleep. Um, basically said I played your ass. So if I'm Wendy and I'm in this predicament, that's what Nneka would get from me. She would get all kinds of kindness and whatever else. She wouldn't get Giselle, which is what Wendy is giving Nneka. But they do show at the end of the show when they're at Nneka's party, they show that Wendy and Nneka are gonna sit down, and then Wendy's gonna have some sort of you don't want to make peace back and forth with Nneka and get up and leave. Here's the thing: Wendy's Chanel outfit. That's what I think that was because I love Chanel. Was so cute. Like I loved it. It was pink and white. It was just so cute and adorable. It probably cost $6,000, but anyway, no, probably like 2,000. Um, so like I said, they end at Nneka's unpack party where they're unpacking her wedding gifts from a year and a half ago, which is kind of corny. Um, Wendy didn't come, and Wendy basically was like, "If you need somebody to unpack you to help you unpack, call what she say? Call you all." Shady. Listen, I told you I don't do that type of manual labor. I ain't doing that. Y'all got me messed up. Um, and then I may have said this already, but Ashley has all these audacities that she thinks that Chris should talk to her ever again. She's like, I'm the victim. I'm just like, girl, you brought the whole Sesame Street and their characters onto this show to try to malign this man, his wife, destroy him and his marriage, him and his wife's marriage, and you're on here doing the Giselle thing, which is I don't ever need to see you again. I don't need to talk to you again. When you were the one that went up to Chris the last episode of last season and said you want to talk to him, and then he walks away, and you're just like, I don't know, what did I say? You just said that this man was doing some, I don't know exactly the words that she used, but basically questionable things. Which again, you put out there in the atmosphere this idea that he isn't to be trusted. He's a sneaky link, like Giselle said. You're adding to the drama, and Candice is better than me. Because if I told you don't go and talk to my husband, girl, come see about me, about my husband. We all going to jail today. I just don't understand where Ashley gets all these audacities from. Especially since, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ashley literally had the most problematic husband I've ever seen on any Housewives franchise. So I'm not really understanding, Ashley, why you think you can say anything about anybody's husband at all, about anything. Because yours, for the past 7 seasons straight, has been accused of essaying, touching people inappropriately, um, being in hotel rooms while you know you just had a baby or whatever. Did she just have a baby? I think when they were at Monique's, yeah, I think that's when they were at Monique's house, and I think Ashley had left the baby with him or something to that effect with her husband, and then Candace showed her that she had got some sort of message or a picture or something from someone, uh, basically saying that her husband was at a hotel and was allegedly trying to hook up with other people. Um, so it's just like, Ashley, girl, sit down. This is the thing for me. All of these people, they live in the most giant black glass house on the block, and they have the audacity to say anything about Wendy and Candace because let's be clear, they're the ones that are winning. They're the ones that are using this platform properly, not just because I'm attention seeking and I have nothing going on. So who was that said that? They said get yourself together. Oh, that was Carrie Hilson when she's talking about uh, my name is Carrie. I'm so very. I forget the name of that song. Anywho, so that's basically the episode. Thank you again, guys, for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button so you'll know when I upload a new video, a new recap, or if I'm doing a live. Um, Thank you guys, like I said, for coming to Chanel's Reality, because this is reality TV according to Chanel, or, you know, celebrity news and whatever else, according to me. Um, so I hope that you guys come back. I hope you share the video. Please like the video. It's a free and easy way to support my channel. Okay, you don't have to do much. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the like. I would love it too if you guys went down into the comments. So if y'all do go in the comments, what I would really like to know is what you thought about um, Wendy and Nneka. You know, Nneka offering what seemed to be an olive branch to Wendy to say, let's go work it out, or at least talk it out. I think that was mature of her, but I also think production probably told her she had to, and they don't do that for Gissel. Gissel's the only person they don't force to go and have a conversation with the people she don't like, which is why people are always like, Gissel, that's Giselle's show. She runs the show. Listen, it's giving Gissel runs this show vibes to me. Just saying. Um, so tell me about that. Tell me if you thought that was authentic. That the the olive branch that Nneka extended. What did you think about Wendy's response to that? Was Wendy right? Was she not? Does she deserve an apology first before they even have that conversation? What do you think about Gissel coming into someone's whole event? And she catch it. She was at that event because she needed her check. And if she's getting paid episodically, whatever you're not there for, you don't get paid. Which is why they like to ice people out. That's how come they do that. They don't want Candace and Wendy to be invited to anything. Because if you're not, then you don't have any episodes, then you don't have that check that you were expecting. But anyway, so tell me about that. What do you think about the fight between Mia and Karen, the Grand Dame? Did you feel like Karen was reading the girl? Did you feel like um, Mia was reading her? Did you believe any of the things that Mia said or that Karen alleged about the rapper guy or something like that? And then there was one little extra part. I really kind of skipped over because I don't really care about Mia and Gordon in that way. That they're not that fascinating to me. But they talked a little bit about their marriage and finances and stuff like that. So if you guys want to talk about that in the chat, that's cool too. I just didn't care. I'm trying to think of anything else that kind of transpired that would be noteworthy of talking about in the chat. But anyway, leave a message in the chat, like, subscribe, share my videos, and I will see you next time on Chanel's Reality. Have a great day, guys.